Hi there. A lot of questions have been asked recently of me about what's the difference between buying a foreclosure property and a regular property. I sum it up as there are two main categories of differences. One is the process being different and the risk exposure being different. And make sure you know that there's so much more relating to buying a foreclosure property than what I'm going to tell you, and so do your own due diligence and your own homework. From the process perspective, when you're buying a regular property, you work with a realtor, you're looking at properties in the marketplace, you find one that you like, you write an offer that the seller reviews that would have the offer price, terms, condition, completion date, and all specific information. The seller will receive it, might counter it. Eventually you have an accepted offer. Then you as the buyer would do your due diligence. You would either at the end of that remove subjects, or you would, the deal will collapse and you go back to your searching process. But if the subjects were removed, you and the seller know what day you're completing on the property, what the purchase price is, and all the terms and conditions. Equally, the seller would have warranties in place that guarantee they will provide the property in a certain condition, and you work towards the closing date. In a foreclosure, it's different in the sense that someone is hired to sell the foreclosure. They market the foreclosure. A buyer can eventually write offer with conditions, but eventually those conditions need to be removed. The buyer would sign a document that removes a whole number of warranties and guarantees that are typically in place, and would eventually need to become subject free in order to move the process forward. And here is where another key difference is. The listing agent, once an offer has been accepted, once it's subject free, once a court date has been set, is advertising that price and those terms to everyone else that's shown interest. And what they're trying to do, what they're hired to do, is have multiple people interested at court time. And at court time, if there's no one else interested, then likely the person who has the original accepted offer will likely get that approved by the court. However, there's lots of variances to that, and that would take a lot more time to explain. However, if there's competition, if there's other people interested in the same property, then everyone gets the opportunity to provide their final closed envelope bid on the property, and the master, the person overseeing the court process, would review all the offers and pick the best offer, and that person will receive the property at that price. And so main difference there again is the buyer who has the original accepted offer may not be the one who ends up with the property. And then there's a lot of difference in risk and exposure. So you will sign a Schedule A that, as a buyer, removes a number of guarantees and warranties that are typically in place by the seller. And there's no guarantees or warranties that the bank or the court or the lawyer provide. And so there's just a far higher degree of risk, which affects how you can finance it, affects your tolerance, and really affects what is the discount, if any, that you are receiving the property for if you purchase a foreclosure property rather. For all your questions relating to foreclosures, I'd love to answer them. My number is 604-970-0393.